President Rodrigo Duterte's administration, the Philippine Drug Enforcement Agency or PDEA says the government's anti-illegal drug campaign claimed over 5,500 lives. PDEA's latest count shows 5,526 individuals died in the 134,000 anti-drug operations. 193,000 drug personalities were arrested in that period. Majority of the operations were carried out by the Philippine National Police or PNP. The agency also reports 7,000 high-value targets and 600 government workers arrested in anti-drug operations. The PNP says 2,000 cops were dismissed from service as part of its internal cleansing program. But human rights groups estimate the drug war to have claimed over 27,000 lives, including vigilante-style killings. Senator Imee Marcos says Thursday, July 18, the proposed review of the Philippine human rights situation by the United Nations Human Rights Council or UNHRC is not yet final. Marcos says, quote, "There's no UN rule that stops the UNHRC member states from changing their original votes that led to the July 12 resolution. 18 of 47 member countries backed the resolution, which asked the rights body to prepare a comprehensive report on the drug-related killings in the Philippines." The senator says Foreign Affairs Secretary Teddy Boy Locsin can demand any foreign ambassador based in the Philippines to explain their country's vote in favor of the controversial UN resolution. Marcos earlier called for the cutting of diplomatic ties with Iceland, the proponent of the said resolution. Detained Senator Leila de Lima says Thursday, July 18, the rising death toll of children in the government's war against illegal drugs makes it even more urgent for the UNHRC to conduct a probe. 3-year-old Maika Olpina was caught in the crossfire during a buy-bust operation in Rodriguez Rizal and died of a gunshot wound to the head on Sunday, June 30. The Supreme Court or SC rules it is premature for Vice President Leni Robredo to claim she already won the electoral protest filed by defeated Vice Presidential bet Bongbong Marcos. The SC, acting as the Presidential Electoral Tribunal, junks a motion filed by Robredo's lawyers in June, urging the High Court to immediately resolve the election case, claiming the ballot recount showed an increase of 15,000 votes for Robredo. Robredo beat Marcos by just 263,473 votes during the 2016 polls, prompting the latter to allege cheating and file an electoral protest against her. Despite being extremely disappointed, Robredo's camp says they still fully respect the PET ruling and is confident the vice president would be vindicated and her victory confirmed. Hong Kong's more venerable and veteran residents marches to the streets Wednesday, July 17 as the elderly put on a show of solidarity for youth-led anti-government protesters. Thousands of people took part in what was dubbed a Grey Hair March. The mass action wanted to show the city's pro-Beijing leadership that plenty of its older and more reliably conservative citizens still support younger demonstrators. A China-backed extradition bill triggered the protests. The public anger still persists even after Hong Kong Chief Executive Carrie Lam suspended the bill. The protesters now call for democratic reforms, universal suffrage, and a halt to sliding freedoms in the semi-autonomous financial hub. The chart-topping Russian-made FaceApp finds itself in the eye of a political storm in the United States Wednesday, July 17. U.S. Senate Minority Leader Chuck Schumer calls for the FBI and the Consumer Protection Agency (FTC) to look into the national security and privacy risks connected to the app. The app allows users to see how they will look as they age, deploying artificial intelligence to modify users' photos by adding wrinkles or subtracting years from their faces. The New York senator says, quote, "FaceApp's location in Russia raises questions regarding how and when the company provides access to the data of U.S. citizens to third parties, including potentially foreign governments." FaceApp is currently the most downloaded free app on Google Play with more than 100 million users.